Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Myself Dr. Mamoona Azhar, physiotherapist, and today I'm going to deliver a lecture on the subject of biomechanics. And today's topic for study is fiber architecture. So as we were studying that the muscle function is being distinguished and presented by many factors, and the today's factor which we are going to discuss today is fiber architecture. So fiber architecture means the arrangement of fibers or the pattern of fibers in which the fibers are arranged in a muscle. The fibers are playing a very vital and crucial role in muscle contraction and range of motion. If the muscle is attached in a different way, its range of motion would be different and its muscle contraction would be different, and the force produced in that muscle would also vary. So in the umbrella of that muscle fiber category, in the basic umbrella, we are going to divide the muscle fibers at the base of architecture into two: parallel muscle fibers and pinnate muscle fibers. What are those parallel muscle fibers and what are those pinnate muscle fibers? If we consider them on the umbrella, they are basic two characteristics or the basic two types. But if we go into detail of the muscles, as there are so many muscles in our body, considering that the pattern would be varying at every region, so the subtypes would come. But the basic two types which I have told you, parallel and pinnate muscle fibers. Now I will draw both parallel muscle fibers and pinnate muscle fibers so you can identify that what are the basic difference between both of them. For example, this is the bone, and the muscle fibers which are attached parallel to the bone, or they are present in the longitudinal architecture, they would be known as parallel muscles. As they are present in the longitudinal manner, so they would be known as parallel fibers. Now moving towards pinnate fibers. So for example, I am drawing another bone, and the muscle fibers which are located, for example, let me just give it a shape, and the muscle fibers which are located at an angle, they would be known as pinnate muscle fibers. They are present parallel at the longitudinal axis and they are at the angle on the longitudinal axis. This is the longitudinal axis and they are maintaining an angle. So this is the basic difference between both of them, parallel fibers and pinnate fibers. Now moving towards its subtypes, what are the basic muscles which are lying under this region? So in parallel muscle fibers, the bicep brachii is the basic muscle which is having the parallel muscle fibers. Then rectus abdominis, the muscle which is present on the belly, that would be type of this muscle, and sartorius, which is present on our leg, the lower leg or the calf, that is a muscle which is involved in this category. Now in the pinnate fibers, what are its types? You can say that, let me tell you all of those muscles. These muscles are tibialis posterior, which is present on the tibial region, rectus femoris, and deltoid muscle. The muscle which is present at this region, it is having such kind of pattern. So you can identify here very easily. Now moving towards the next thing which is different in both of them. If we go into detail of parallel muscle fibers, they terminate in between. As the parallel muscle fibers has to go so long along the bone, so they terminate in between. Like a muscle fiber is coming and it is terminating in between, and another fiber which is projecting here. Now there are some interjections and connections which are being developed in these fibers. So they do not extend properly. But in parallel to these parallel fibers, the pinnate fibers, they are having their attachments. And they can also have more than one attachment. They can have two attachments. The angle of attachment is also known as angle of pennation. So they can have more than one angle of pennation. It can be like two angle of pennation, different angle of pennation. So one fiber can have different angle of pronation. So it is a basic difference between both of them. Now moving towards the muscle tension. When the muscle tension is being developed in parallel fibers, how does they respond? And when the muscle tension is developed in the pinnate fibers, how does they respond? So when the tension is being developed in the muscle fibers, parallel fibers shorten. They shorten in length. When tension developed, muscles shortened in length. But when the tension developed in the pinnate fibers, they do not shorten in length. What actually happens? They increase angle of pronation. Tension development increase the angle of pronation in them. Now angle of pronation is mattering a lot and it is having the greater effect in these pinnate fibers. Let me just tell you what is the effect they are having in that. Angle of pronation is having a very crucial role. Smaller the amount of effective force actually transmitted to tendon. Okay, as soon as the angle of pronation increases, the amount of force, smaller amount of force transmitted. This is just like you can say that if the angle of pronation is increasing, if this angle is increasing, as this is the lesser angle and this is the greater angle. So when the angle is increasing, the amount of force which is just transmitting to the muscle fiber and to the bone and the effective force which is produced at that muscle, that force would be decreased. So one angle is being mentioned in your book. If the angle becomes equal to 60, what will happen? If this angle of pronation, the angle of attachment at which the muscle fibers are attached at the bone, if it becomes equal to 60, less than 1/2 of the force will be transmitted. Like the force which was originally produced by the muscle, it would not be transmitted properly. Not even properly, it would be less than 1/2 of the force would be transmitted in this kind of fibers. Now moving towards the next thing, what happens in pinnate fibers and what happens in the parallel fibers. The packing of muscle fibers is more good in pinnate fibers. Like you can say that if these are the pinnate fibers and these are the parallel fibers, more muscles fibers can adjust in small area. Like in this small area there would be many muscles attached, but in comparison with that, the parallel one, they do not have that much packing, that much good packing. So that's why this is the also difference between both of them. The packing of the muscle is good in pinnate fibers and it is not good in parallel fibers. Pinnate fibers arrangement promotes muscle force production and parallel fibers arrangement facilitates muscle shortening. So it is being clear that when the arrangement is being done in the pinnate fibers, they would give us more force production. And if we want to do some arrangement in the muscle fibers which are in parallel in nature, they would produce shortening in the muscles. And the basic functions which are having the increased range of motion, where we have to have end range of motion or complete range of motion, the basic muscles involved are parallel one, and when we have to do the activities in which we want to generate more force, we will use pinnate muscle fibers. So these are the basic difference between both of them. If you guys have any query or any question regarding that, you guys can ask me directly. And there is a picture given in your book which is being mentioned by the name of 6.1. You have to take the picture in your mobile and you have to send me in the form of assignment in your WhatsApp group or at the YouTube. That's totally your choice. So this was all about today's lecture. Thank you so much.